Well, hi there. Welcome. My name is Jack Willard. This is a short video, especially the content portion, which is right here in the beginning. We call this If Bob Joyce is Elvis, Saying So is Problematic. And I'm not talking about that, oh, he doesn't own the name anymore. We've dealt with that in a number of videos. He can't use that name. We'll talk about that briefly. Boulder Dash, I believe, and also that he's in the witness protection program, and when you are, you can't say who you used to be. um, he hasn't been in the witness protection program if he was ever in it in many, many years. You can't go on YouTube and start a worldwide video ministry if you're in the witness protection program using another name. So there's those two things, but there will be people that continue to say it and have at it. Have at it. Here's the top seven things that could be a problem if Pastor Bob Joyce were to say that he was Elvis. Number one, Elvis is 88 years old if he's still alive. And that's a big thing. That's, you know, an indication that he's only got so much in the tank and he has to rest and what have you. When your church needs two services and you continue to only do one, have a cold, I'll let you know that. Um, when you continue to only do one and people have to be in the fellowship hall, it's because, he's a hard preacher. He can't be doing two on Sunday morning. Um, so at 88, he would have to leave the life of a country preacher in Benton and be holed up behind a gated house with a ton of security. It's just the way it is. I am almost 100% sure if that were to happen, it would not be Graceland. He would want a house two or three times that size with a lot more land and privacy. Otherwise, he would feel like he was held up in the very place he felt he was held prisoner before. Riley doesn't want that. She's running a business there. So no, it wouldn't be Graceland. Now, the other side of that is he's been preaching in Benton since 2011. There comes a retirement day, a time when you say, I've done enough. I've done enough. So we have to factor that in too. It may be time for him to retire. I have a video up here entitled Is 2024 the year that we see the return of Elvis Presley? I didn't put that up just because I thought, well, that'll get some hits. I put it up because I feel like, as Phil Collins said, there's something in the air in 2024. So check out that video. And we're going to do several videos this weekend as I speak to you, which, as I speak to you right now, is early in June on a Friday. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, people will expect him to do some big venue appearances. That's a lot of work for an 88-year-old person. Um, or at least a regular TV show beyond internet stream, I believe, beyond internet stream. Number three, the owner of the Elvis name, Authentic Brands, Joe Weinshanker, that's a name, or it could be Weenshanker, who I think I saw when they had the Elvis birthday celebration in January 2024. Um, he would expect him to record and be involved with appearances with merchandise and interviews. He would want that for giving him permission to use the Elvis name. The idea that the man who owns the name Elvis Presley or Authentic Brands would not want the reappearance of Elvis Presley is just not thought out. Done right, it would be worth millions of dollars to them, so I don't agree with that. Number four, the life story book would need to come out and be promoted now. Be promoted now. Number six, some fans would be angry or want the attention of appearing to be angry. There's always that crowd, you know. They could heckle him at live events. They could shout out about the two young ladies who were near the viewing line in, the funeral viewing line at Graceland when some crazy guy was not the fault of Elvis Presley, when some crazy guy with cops nearby decided to just mow them down. So there is that. I don't think there would be legal ramifications from that. That was the responsibility of the man who did it, who did it. And of course, if the witness protection program was involved, they orchestrated all this. They just never thought somebody was going to mow down fans near the viewing line. Um, and number seven, it would change things for Riley, for Priscilla, the rest of his family. Um, Major changes would take place. There would be a degree of bedlam. But having said all that, something tells me there's something really uh, unique and different in the air in 2024. It's like he's preparing us all for the return of Elvis Presley. And what I just told you could be a 100% a misconception on my part. Elvis may have died in 1977. I'll say this again. I say it in most videos now. He could be the love child son of Elvis Presley. Going to deal with that in another video. And I already have a video talking about is he the son of Elvis Presley? We talk about a lot of things here. Did Bob Joyce preach Lisa Marie's private funeral? And many others. So just go to the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned, and you'll find our entire catalog. If you click on the live section, you'll see all our live shows. So for the content only people, that's basically our main content. Doesn't mean you won't miss a lot if you tune out now, but I know there's these short attention span people, and that is the content on this particular subject. And of course, the great people here may well already are elaborating on it. So it's up to you. But I would stick by and join the worldwide family. We'll be on for a little while. Jack Willard is my name, and hi, Jody Smith. Hi, Cindy in South Louisiana. Vicky Matthews. Um, I'm just going to say JD because it's easier. 1988. Richard Lyon is working, but obviously taking a break from his functions. Bob 1974. And Bob 1974 always likes to tell us how much Bob looks like Vernon. I would say he looks far more like Elvis Presley, but that's just me. And I'll show you a picture at the very end that we've shown before, but some people didn't see it, and it's important to our story. So don't tune out. Go a different route, or route if you prefer. Hello, Belinda Lemon, also known as Margaret. I'm going to have to use a tissue here. Tissue, I hardly even know you. Gail George is here. Claudette. Um, And let me back up to see who came in that I might have missed. Um, Mr. Jack, says Richard Lyon. Mr. Richard, how are you? Um, Karen Gagnon, welcome. Hi, Jack and Karen and everyone. Um, Karen made sure she got me out of that other side of the duplex. She started using that awful cleaner to do the floor with that I hate. Now, I do some chores too. I do the dishes every night, and I wipe down the stove and all that. It's equal sharing, equal division of the labor. Well, maybe she does a little more than I do when it comes to that. Um, Linda, where are you, Linda? I lost you. I lost Linda. There she is, Linda Daly, not Linda Daly. Oh, yes, of course, that's my Petal Love, not Muskrat Love, but Petal Love. Hi. Josephine Powell, Bob Joyce is most definitely or was once Elvis. And that's an interesting point, Josephine, because as we say in the Bible, when God made um, Paul, when he made Saul, Paul, when he made Abraham, he put it in the public record. In the public record, he didn't try to hide that. So, um, there's that denial that Bob made when he was in the strip mall church, before they built their own building, which Pastor Bob Joyce had a hand in. So, those of you who say he's a carpenter, like his boss, the Lord Jesus Christ, you've got a point there. You've got a point there. He definitely, I've seen him right there, uh, doing the doing. I think he was next to the buzzsaw. Cheryl Larson. Good afternoon, Jack. Um, and let's see. Jay McFarlane is here. I'm not using my best glasses. I guess I should, right? Because I do have them here, but maybe not. Hi, how are you, Jay McFarlane? He's not Elvis. He's a common. Yeah, we don't freak out here when people don't believe. There's as long as you're respectful and don't start arguing with people and make it a habit, we're cool with you not believing. This is the United States of America that I'm in, but I don't know where you people are, some of you, especially you, because I don't think I've ever talked to you there, Jay. Where are you from? We hear from South Africa, London, England, Wales, Australia, um, and of course, New Zealand. We've even heard from Iceland, but then they froze to death. It was the saddest thing, you know? As I said last worldwide ramblings, when I referred to the television show Life Below Zero. But why the hell would you want to do that? And those poor dogs out there in it. Talk about animal abuse. Get Pete on that. They never tell you. I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. They never tell you exactly how they rescue those dogs, you know? And during COVID, Karen went down to the Maybrook ASPCA, and there was some woman jabbering on her cell phone and couldn't have been more rude to her. Couldn't have been more rude to her. Oh, it's COVID. Oh, this you got to get out. You got to get out. Yeah, well, what a customer service representative. I'm jabbering on my phone. I can't even be nice to you. And they're not giving dogs away. They're selling dogs, and the price goes up, 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 up. Oh, don't get me started. Go rescue a dog that you find in the street or something. I'm not too big on that. Oh, in the winter, they've got all the sad pictures of the dog freezing, and in the summer, oh, the dogs are sweating. They don't have any water, tugging on your heartstrings. They never tell you what they do. They never tell you that their CEO makes a ton of money. Makes a ton of money. Richard, how did I get so excited about this? He makes a ton of the money. How much of your donations is going to pay that CEO? I'm not trying to destroy the ASPCA. There are great people in there, especially the people that make next to nothing or nothing. But there's some issues there. And you're going to be rude to Karen. I wish I have been known to do this, you know. I have been known to come back with a few choice words when somebody says something to disrespect Karen. I might have used, I might have called her a runt or a piece of snit or something like that. But I didn't. I didn't. So hello, hello, hello. I'm sorry for going off like that, but I'm the kind of person that if I love a waitress, I'm never rude to a waitress unless she's obnoxious, and I always tip well and everything. And I don't blame the waitress because the cook got it wrong. And the people that go into a diner and leave like $2 dinner tip or something like that, they can't live on that. I don't know, man. all of a sudden I'm having an anger and exercise or exercise and anger, Richard. I don't know. I'm getting like you, Richard. I'm coming on here angry. And I was just as angry about what you were angry last week, but we have a different way of how to resolve it and what not to do. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, you are from North Carolina. I agree about the pit bull dogs. Well, I would never have one. There have been pit bull dogs that turned, and who knows why they did it. Um, I'm talking about a pit bull dog that I'm sure was well taken care of in San Francisco. Here comes a young couple, a lesbian couple down the street. Maybe he was prejudiced. I don't know. He wouldn't get off that woman. He literally tore her apart. He murdered her, and the owner just stood there with their thumb up or keister. And what could the dog was out of control. There's so many pit bulls that are sweethearts, but you put you put a pit bull in front of a baby. Let's look up the statistics to see how many times that went wrong. You know, we got to have smart people, or we're going to lose in November. When you see the people that are on common council seats that they have put there that are trying to say, oh, you can have a blue line uh, flag after a police officer was just killed in Pennsylvania. I think it was Pennsylvania during a traffic stop. They didn't shoot him or anything. It was another careless car coming by. Well, you can't have a blue line. That offends some people. Like the BLM crowd, give me a break. I love Kennedy on Fox. She does the Outnumbered show a lot, and she has her own show on the Fox Business Channel. And she just talks about when you put these kind of people on your council, this is what you get. There are too many people on from the United States Senate, the Congress, the very top, that show that there's too many people that have a screw loose, They couldn't wait to say, you're going to vote for a convicted felon after they turned a misdemeanor bookkeeping error into 34 felonies. Ah, I know there's a lot of dog lovers, so don't get me wrong. I love dogs too, not to the degree you may, though. We have a cat. Someone said if you have a dog, this is not always true. If you have a dog, you're the master. If you have a cat or cats, you're their servant. And that is so true. I've seen that. It's kind of funny. Patrick Phyllis. Hi, how are you? Well, Jack, I am a dumb I am dumb. I am dumb. No, you wrote it right. It's me not reading it right, Richard, because I never know what I'm going to get with you. Because the Dems play hardball, and I was a very good baseball player, really. What position did you play, Richard? What position did you play? I sound like that commercial for the phone that writes out everything to you. What position did you play? Oh, that's what your grandfather used to play too. Isn't it amazing in that commercial? Some of you have seen what I'm talking about. Both are relatively young and they have the exact same hearing problem as the other. What are the odds of that? They both need to see the words on the phone. And they're good actors, and they're definitely actors. The guy is a good actor. She's okay too. Hi, Yvette, says Vicky Matthews. Hello, Yvette. Welcome. Where are you from? Um, by the way, Richard rarely answers one of my questions, so we will not find out what position he used to play. Um, Sharon, I don't know. You have a lot of Sharon. I mean, Belinda, really, Margaret. I, I'm scared to ask you, because she'll start telling me Michael Jackson is alive. Okay. And then you'll give me, I swear to you folks, all the people who say JFK, I'm not trying to make enemies here. All the people that say JFK, Michael Jackson, Jim Morrison, they've never given me any concrete proof at all. They've never emailed me like I requested and say, give me 10 things that will back that up. And if they give me something, it'll be nothing. It'll be nothing. The scammer was from Nigeria. Which scammer are we talking about, Jody? Um, Junior is alive. Please don't tell me you believe that, Richard, because that means eventually you're going to be, you're going to be alarmed to a chair in front of the nurse's station, and it may not be 85 years old when that happens. Give me 10 reasons in my email. The same, even though you're in line to be the grand patriarch here, Richard, which I'm still not sure about. Give me 10 reasons why JFK Jr. is still alive, okay? Somebody sent me, I think it might have been somebody here actually, sent me a computer age photo of John F. Kennedy Jr. and say, see? Do you know how easy it is to do? What did I drop? I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. Um, Shawnee, Shawnee Planet, Shawnee Stars. You're so intelligent. I love your voice as well. Wow. Well, I like that, whether you're a male Shawnee or a female Shawnee. I appreciate that. Ask Hillary. That's not good enough, Richard. Now, come on. If you're going to start the Richard Lyon channel when you retire, I don't know when you are going to retire, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to bring it. You're going to have to bring it. You know, um, maybe you can. I don't know. It all depends on what your passions are. I fell into this story by accident in 2018, and I quickly realized this is the most fascinating story in the entertainment field, even if Bob Joyce is not Elvis, even if he's not the love child son of Elvis. I'm going to keep saying that. Yeah, Richard, I have faith. You could be like the new version. I just thought of this. You probably saw this. You definitely saw this. You're from New York. Morton Downey Jr. You could be the new Morton Downey Jr. You know, once in a while, though, you're going to actually have someone come at you. But I have a feeling you can take care of yourself just fine, Richard. Oh, Hillary. Geez. Isn't it funny when someone coins the term basket of deplorables and she is the personification of that? The personification of that. She is the is that, you know? But look out, man. More and more I'm hearing about how us MAGA people, which only means make America great again, need to be deprogrammed. Oh boy. I'll tell you, we've got to have a massive showing in November or it ain't going to go well. I just looked at the number for the first time because I'm a yabbering and a jabbering, and I'm doing it with a cold, and I had a sore throat. And this is while I'm on an antibiotic because it didn't knock out all the congestion right here. I don't really want to give you a detailed, you know, uh, explanation of my mucus. Lucas. Do we have Lucas? We have a Lucas, but I don't think he's here right now. Kathleen Whataburger is here, um, also known as Wiedenbacher. Is that a photo of? I have to. That is Bob Joyce with Dr. Charlie Ward at Mar-a-Lago. And Bob Joyce is dressed just the way Elvis Presley was many years ago. And people have given me that photo, and we have to show that sometime. That guy, six, with his signature opening line plot twist, Jack is Elvis. Why the heck am I living in this duplex? Why am I doing that? Just to be discreet? Hell no. I'm going to have a home in Maine. I'm going to buy the house right next to Richard because there's always everything's for sale. It's just how much is it going to cost you, and this way I can just knock on Richard's door randomly, and I want to have the money to travel. I don't need more than two homes though, Maine and Florida, and I'm not sure it would really be Palm Beach. I don't know about that, but Uh, I've got proof JFK Jr. is. So you show me that proof in an email, but don't show me an aged CGI photo and say, "Oh, look at that." Um, I'll probably never go down that road, so I don't want to give you the illusion that I'm that close to doing it. With Bob Joyce, it just unfolded and unfolded and unfolded. Somebody out of the blue says, "There's two Bob Joyces. There's two Bob Joyces. Robert Wayne Joyce and Bob Joyce, who seems to have materialized from a cloud in 2011. Look there into his eyes. That's how much, possibly, if I'm correct, Robert Wayne Joyce in his later years started to look like Elvis. But I could be wrong about this. But to me, that is not the current pastor of Household of Faith. And that's from a number of years ago. What do you think about that, Sharon? There's two. Of course there is. My goodness, how many more pictures do I have to show you? I put my photos aside, but they're right in front of me. The funny thing that happens live is that they may be right in front of me, and I'll find them 2 minutes after. After. Whoa! Now I dropped them, and I blame it on Richard, basically. I blame it on Richard. Yeah. If you think that's the current pastor of Household of Faith, you cannot drive my car. I would never be able to take a nap with you driving, and I won't accept any stock tips from you either. Except, why didn't somebody tell me that they were coming back to make Game Boy big like 2 weeks ago? Huh? I've actually got a few shares now, but once again, I'm late to the party. I'm late to the party. My goodness. If I would have had 20 shares of GameStop a month ago and just kept it there, you know, I would have been able to go to the Dark Shadows convention. Another picture of him, my goodness. My goodness. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we talk to her every day. Let me not go any further without introducing her. We talk to her every day. If we're using our GPS, we talk to her. If we're watching uh, the cable TV, we say, Alexa, Alexa, play Emily Blunt movies. Now, when I say that, I'm usually in a bad way. I love Emily Blunt, though. I just saw a really good one with, what's his name? Colin Firth. It's from 2013. And uh, he fakes his death. I just realized how funny that is. He fakes his death, leaves his 13-year-old son behind, and then he finds Emily Blunt along the way. It's on Tubi, and it's called simply Arthur Newman. Watch the movie. I think you'll enjoy Arthur Newman. Just a little bit of nudity, just a little bit. She don't do much. Well, especially in the later years, she didn't, and now she's taking a year or two off to raise her daughters. Good for you. And your husband can bring in the bacon. He's great. Or maybe he'll take off. They're both obviously filthy rich. Jeannie Thompson. Hi. Um, Yeah, it's always Sharon. It's always Bob. It's always the same Bob Joyce on camera. I've never seen an exception to that. That would be crazy if they did that. That would be crazy. Flo from the Supremes is here. I heard Bob say he was Elvis inadvertently. Yes, we have a video up on that. Bob actually calls himself Elvis. He's talking in the third person, and he should have said Bob, and he said Elvis. You can watch that. Did I do a roll in for that? I don't remember. I don't remember. Yep. Just one of those 70, 80 coincidences. Um, I'm just looking at your comments. Richard sometimes needs to come with a decoder ring, but he's not the only one. Thank you, Karen. I'm sorry you aren't feeling well. I hope you get better soon, and I hope Karen doesn't get sick too. Good point. Good point. I will just tell her she can't kiss me for a while, and the girl will be heartbroken. But yeah, you're always telling me cover up better with your tissue and whatever when you sneeze. We were entertaining going downtown tonight to the Friday free concert, John Degnan Square. The Harrison Street band will be there, starring my ex radio boss. I've had many ex radio bosses. Jim Fry was one, cousin Brucey, the most prominent one. but John Lemure was a radio boss of mine. And 39 years ago, at least it will be on August the 4th, 1985, the Harrison Street Band was my wedding band at the Campbell Hall Firehouse. And they are still doing it from time to time, but I think John may be the only original member, although there are some veterans that have played in a number of bands in the area. Anytime I try to straighten my hat in real time, I just make it more crooked. Like crooked, what's his name? It's interesting that Hunter Biden keeps saying he won't pardon his son. He won't pardon his son. I think he would, but you know, it's interesting that he's saying that. Ask Alexa if Bob is Elvis. Good one, Flo. Next time I'm on, but there she is. There's Alexa in her little mini skirt there. One of the busiest women because everybody's got a question or they need directions from Alexa. She's busy, busy, busy. And then we've got our summer bag from Price Chopper. I usually call it Price Slasher. We've got a girl in a bikini laying down. We've got a slice of watermelon. We've got a red, white, and blue ice cream pop, and then another girl in a bikini. I'm just, what am I doing? Pat Pate. That's probably not it, but it sounds great if it is. Pat Pate. You could be a radio person with a name like that. Please show the pic of Bob Joyce in Elvis's suit. You mean bring it closer from the one that's behind me? I don't have it ready available, the one where Elvis is wearing the same thing, but I will in a future show. I will. I will. Um, there's something else that happened this past weekend at Household of Faith that we'll talk about in another video. Now, I must tell you that live right now is my only option. My left screen is kaput. It was old, and so I can't transfer from OBS that I can find a way to do to make a pre-recorded video. So everything's got to be live. And that's why I let the audience know in the beginning of this that I wasn't ignoring you. I was just going to do content first because there's those people that see the subject matter and they want their content and then they're going to leave. They're not part of our worldwide family on this pop on to pop off. So isn't there two of everything? Well, I've heard that, Jeannie. I've heard that. But in the case of Bob, there seems to be four or five. I mean, I could show you other pictures, but I dropped them on the floor. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert, but we haven't done a bloody thing all day. Okay. Ah. Okay. More. Or ones that I'm not sure if it's Robert Wayne Joyce. Like this guy, number one. I'm not sure that's Robert or Bob. I know it's not Bob. I'm not as sure about Robert Wayne Joyce. There were Elvis doubles back in the day that just could have moved to Benton, or they visited and they put these pictures out there. That guy looks like he was caught with his hand in the cookie jar right there. I'll tell you what. Yeah, that kind of looks like a toupee. And there's this guy right here. Not the current pastor of Household of Faith. No way, no how. Could that be Robert Wayne? Possibly could. Yeah, could be. Then there's this one that is a thumbnail of one of my videos. I don't know. I've always been on the fence about this one. He doesn't have quite the look of the current pastor. So this is how bizarre this story is. Oh, I don't know about Worldwide Rambling Saturday night at this point, guys. That's a long stretch, and I may not be up to that. But you could hear from me anytime. So I have the notification bell on. Um, there's 57 watching. Please hit the subscribe and the like button. 37 likes. Thank you. Someone actually did it as I spoke. Darlene Koberstein is here. Hi, Jack and everybody. Very suspect, Pedal. Don't you know? It's so weird. It's so weird. So that's why we did a video at the beginning. If you're tuning in late, top 7 reasons of the ramifications if Pastor Bob Joyce were to say he was Elvis Presley. And that denial that he made a few years ago now from the strip mall was very. I wish I could get this. I don't know why I can never straighten my hat in real time. It's one of the strangest things. This shows you how little coordination I have. No matter what I do, it doesn't look right. What can I tell you? Hi, Pamela, aka Pambo. How you doing? Um, Titan Speaker Man. Well, there's an interesting handle. Tiger Speaker Man World. Hi, welcome, welcome. Where are you from, Titan? You made me think of that Art Garfunkel's song, Cindy, All I Know. All. There's several songs like it. The one from Art Garfunkel is my favorite, though. Debbie Inglis, hi, Jack. Steven Spielitz right behind. So hello, Debbie, and hello, Steven. Oh, boy. Got that achy cold thing. I took some coldies. It's so weird because Karen went with me to the urgent care on Monday. They took a chest x-ray, no pneumonia there. And she put me on, I felt like, I was a kid again. I kind of requested it. They gave me one of those things rather than using the pump, the other thing, put the hose in your mouth. Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah, they're much smaller now, like all tech equipment. It's much smaller. The hose is still pretty big, but the machine itself, when we used it for the kids, um, it used to be a different story. It used to be a different story. Um, we're fixing to get flooded again, and worse. That's terrible, Margaret, also known as Belinda, mother to Don Lemon. Wow. Maria Lancaster. Hi, Jack from England. Well, welcome. How is the weather in your neck of the woods? As I've said before, my mom was born in Liverpool, but I've never been there. I wish that could change. Yeah, that breathing treatment thing with jeez, short-term memory. Yeah, it helps. Nebulizer, of course, Pambo. Why couldn't I think of the word nebulizer? Thank you, Darlene. Yes. And the other thing is, well, this is right here. This is the pump version. How do you say it? Albuterol or something? So I've got that in my nebulizer. So that's a story, but there is some more material we want to share with you as soon as I get my can't roll in a video like this. My new screen is supposed to be arriving tomorrow. Tomorrow. I think there are other celebrities too. Well, I can tell you this, Jody, when somebody tells me that this one's alive or that's one alive is alive, I know it's a pattern of they usually have more that they believe. So just send me that fact sheet. Top 10 reasons for each person you may mention. Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com. Jack the FAIR guy at gmail.com. You know? Ruthie, hi. Yeah, well, there are people, and I'm not making fun of you at all. I'm just asking for hardcore information. It's so easy to say things. But the thing when I started doing Bob is I couldn't, I couldn't believe the plethora of information coming at me. Just the fact that he looks and sounds like him is pretty big, right? But man, it was. I mean, we're 6.5 years in, and now the biggest producer of content for new stuff is the pastor himself. I mean, my goodness sakes, I got the hippie shakes. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. Um, hey, from Texas, huh? That's where my son. He's on his way to Corpus Christi right now. Going to Corpus Christi, still looking for that right trucking job that won't pull him away into a nightmare. Um, he's weighing his options. I remember what it feels like, to have to make a decision fairly quickly because the money is running out. You don't have that pension or Social Security. And then when you do, you realize it's not enough. And then you have to find ways to supplement. Not everybody has that experience, but people like me certainly do. Certainly do. So that's why I thank you for the subscribing and the liking. 50 people have hit the like button already. It's funny, on the weekend when we've got something hot up like the latest video attack at Bob Joyce's church. Gene Ho says attack at Bob Joyce church. Um, that'll bring everything way up. And then on Monday, it'll start to go down, and Tuesday. But there are some videos that, even though I say it's going down, it's still being watched, so it will slowly build past, like it's going to 8,000 now. And if it isn't there already, I haven't checked. And then it'll go higher. It'll go higher. Um, it's got the right words in it. And I make it clear pretty quick I'm talking about a spiritual attack. Maria Lancaster, you would love Liverpool. Jack, Scousers, lovely people. Oh, sounds good. Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, I'm wearing out quick here. I'm, I'm wearing out quick. Um, not as fast as Joe Biden, but I'm wearing out quick. So I don't think I could do 2 hours and 15 minutes tomorrow. But that doesn't mean you might not hear from me in a pre-recorded video if I get that screen in, and even a pop on to pop off. Depends how I'm feeling. Claudette, Jack, have you seen the gentleman in Las Vegas called Big Elvis? Says his mother was with Elvis in the 70s. He sings beautiful. Well, I'll look him up. He's probably on YouTube, right? How big is he? Oh, dear. You should go to the Liverpool. You should go to Liverpool, pedal. Unfortunately, it's just not in my budget. So far, I don't even have a summer vacation planned. Um, Losing my 96-year-old gentleman, that was a nice gig about 7 or 8 times a year. It was a number of days that would be lined up usually. So I lost that. He passed away at 96. And this here needs to do better than it's doing, but it's not terrible, but it's not what I need, more. So we've got to see what we can do with our creative juices and try harder, try harder. Pretty soon there will be another installment of Has Christianity Gone Out of Style? Some people said they were excited about that. It didn't get a lot of hits, but it wasn't a total bomb. And you got to allow things to build and what have you. But I'm not quite ready to record that right now. And as I say, right now, until I get that other screen, I can only do live. I just don't think Elvis Presley Enterprises or what do they call it? I said it in the top 7 reasons in the beginning. If you missed that, watch the video. Authentic Brands. They bought out the Elvis name before his death, 2013. Robert F.X. Silliman, who has now passed away, also an ex-radio boss. He was partners with Cousin Brucey right down the road here. Then they bought a number of other radio stations. Um, he sold it to Authentic Brands in 2013, says the internet. Going to the liquor store to buy me a bottle. I'll be right back. We won't be here, Belinda, because I don't have that much left in the tank. You know, I've got to, what you do is when you go to France, you shake a few hands and then you are not seen for the rest of the day because you are totally spent. Um, hmm, I cannot believe the times we're living in. And it looks good in terms of every other trial for Trump. You know, we gotta get past this New York thing. And a judge that's not happy that he called him crooked and all those names. I don't know how this is going to go. We're just going to have to see it unfold. I wish John Roberts would motivate the Supreme Court that he is the head of to take this up ahead of time. They can call a special session. They did it for Al Gore and get this nonsense out because Fanny, that's I mean, you should be happy about this, Richard, if you're still here. Fanny, that has been pushed back into oblivion. They're looking to see these this year. That won't happen this year. We've got a Trump appointed judge. Is that the most serious one? The one in Mar-a-Lago? The invasion of Mar-a-Lago when they never invaded Joe Biden's home? Several homes, even had some in New York, and of course, the famous open garage with the classified documents. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. If you want to try and end democracy, just say it's the other guys that want to end democracy. Wow. No, I don't believe that Elvis is playing in Las Vegas. I don't think he's Big Elvis, in my personal opinion, because the odds are incredible. The odds are incredible. Some of the people, and I haven't seen Big Elvis yet. I haven't seen Big Elvis yet. That they say that's Elvis. I mean, you have to wonder, did they eat their marijuana in a brownie or a cupcake, or did they smoke it? You know, um, I'm astonished. I'm astonished. I don't know if I'll get anything by this search, but Elvis is a very distinctive looking man. Johnny Harrow looks somewhat like him. Robert Wayne Joyce looks somewhat like him, even more so in his later years. but you can tell the difference. Ah. This is another one of these "Are you kidding me" experiences. You got to be kidding me, right? You're yoking with me, aren't you? Oh my God, that poor man better do something. I said the same thing about Harry Casey, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Harry. Many of the imitators are able to look somewhat like him, but I will be registered in the no column for Big Elvis. I will listen to him sing though. Yes, I can tell the imitations myself, Ruthie. You're right. Boyd, hi Boyd. Do you think Elvis was Johnny Harrow or was him sometimes? That's interesting what you say. Johnny didn't. Did Johnny have his own CDs that he would sell at his concerts? Because it would just be like Elvis to record a couple of songs. First of all, give him permission and the people that needed to be give their approval. He can make that happen. It would be just like Elvis to record a couple of songs on a Johnny Harris CD. No, I don't think Johnny Harrow was Elvis Presley. Elvis is just better looking than all of them. Better looking than all of them. Jim Cowan. I'm not sure if he's really a believer or just he's just funning us. We love you, Elvis. I mean, Bob. Yes. Well, let's see if 2024 unveils anything. Marty Greco. Yeah, that guy is not Elvis Presley. Um, but he is in need of doing something about that. You know, that's a little too heavy. That's a little too much. Um, so, um, in terms of JFK Jr., Sharon, I'm not a believer, and you're more than welcome to email me those top 10 things that you believe point to him being alive. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. Huh. I don't think for a whole show it would just be too obvious because let's face it, um, th- you know, Elvis Presley is much better or was much better looking than Johnny Harrow. I don't think you could pull that off. Everybody would start, there would be a buzz in the crowd and the gig would be up. The jig would be up, right, Scott Baker? Elvis Presley, um, I Make America Great Again. Yeah, imagine Elvis on the campaign trail. I never even thought of that to this moment, Scott Baker. Think about that. Oh, it would be crazy. It would have to be in a very controlled environment, a very controlled environment. But I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong. So I think that's all I've got left in the tank, guys. Please watch the beginning of this video. See the top 7 things that could be problematic. Problematic if Bob Joyce were to say he actually was Elvis. You know, make sure you share and as I say, I appreciate those who hit the like button and the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't think I'm doing Worldwide Rambling Saturday night because I don't think I got it in me. But who knows? Who knows when we could pop on to pop off? And I've got several pre recorded videos to do as soon as I get my left screen back, which is supposed to come with Amazon tomorrow. I hate to have to always, avoid the middleman, but when the middleman is going to charge an extra $34 for the same thing, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. Um, Thank you, Marty Greco. You have a great day too. It looks like the rain here is going to hold, but I just don't think, when you have a cold, it gives you that yucky, weak feeling. I don't think I'm going to venture down and have to lift those heavy chairs. Of course, they do have chairs there, they're just not comfortable to see the Harrison Street Band tonight if they should go on. But they were my wedding band 39 years ago. Jack Willard saying thanks so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate you very much, and we'll talk real soon. Bye-bye for now.